Today on the Charge Up, the Chargers men's basketball team was electrified in their win against American International. And the women's team came away with 2 W's as well last week. We'll also take a look at the Chargers track and field team's performances at the NE10 Championships, as well as getting a look at the 2018 debut of Charger softball down in sunny Myrtle Beach. It's all coming up on the Charge Up. Hello, and welcome to the first episode of The Charge Up. I'm James Cassidy, and with me today are Chris DiGeronimo, Devin Maida, and Eric Nybro. Men's basketball scored 2 wins this week against Bloomfield and American International. Chris, what was working for the guys in those games?
Well, over the weekend, men's basketball had an offensive revelation. It was truly biblical. It was unbelievable. Everybody played well. They had 4 plays in double figures, and it was a beauty to watch.
Yeah, and they beat a good Bloomfield team. They were 20-5 and 15-1 in their conference, so that's a big win going into the postseason.
Against AIC, they had 98 points, which was a season high, and only the third time they've done that under Coach Hodling.
Oh, yeah, and they won by 50, right?
Yeah, so it was a great job. Danny Upchurch had 30 points for the third time this year.
Yeah, we saw him before the game, Chris, and he looked locked in, and he was ready to go.
He's ready to go. He's ready to take it on his senior night. They honored all the seniors, too.
Yeah.
So he's ready to put on a show.
That was a great game from them because it was really complete. They had it on the offense end and they had it on the defensive end, which is huge.
Yeah, definitely. They shot 61% from the field and 55% from the three-point line. And that was both season highs on those averages.
Yeah, it was a nice, complete game by everybody. Everybody was getting in on the fun, and it was awesome to watch.
Yeah, Vasic had 13 points, Bailey had 11 points, and Roland had 12 points. So we see that everybody's contributing, and we previously saw only one person stepping up along with Upchurch, but now everybody is contributing.
And I love looking at Roland. He just keeps shooting the ball like it's nothing. He's literally just stepping up into all of his shots and just shooting with all the confidence in the world. You gotta love that from the redshirt freshman.
Yeah, they get that nice 1-2 punch with Upchurch and Roland, and they're on getting the right foot headed into the playoffs.
I think this team is definitely a team to be messing with in the NE10 tournament.
It looks like they're really starting to get their confidence up at the perfect time of the season as well, and heading into a very big tilt coming up soon, aren't they?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, against Lemoyne on Tuesday.
Yeah.
The men will be heading up to Syracuse to play Lemoyne as the NE10 regular season begins to wind down. The women's team also had a good week, beating Bloomfield on Tuesday and scoring a win against American International 73-61 on senior night, with Alexandria Kerr reaching 1,000 career points in the game. Eric, what did her performance mean for the team?
Well, she was absolutely great. She had a double-double in both her games this week, plus, as we said, 1,000 points. Congratulations to her. An absolutely amazing accomplishment. And just her junior year, she still has one more year to keep climbing up the leaderboard there. She was great, and she was wonderful, and she's the key to the team.
Yeah, Brianna Bradford was the last one to do it about 2 years ago when we were freshmen. So there's been a little bit of a disconnect for Kerr to do it. So it's good for her and good for the team.
Yeah, Quinlan Hayes also had 1,000 points 3 years ago. So yeah, definitely, it's a great accomplishment on her part.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that she needs to just keep playing this game as our playoff hopes are still alive.
Oh, yeah. And they need to ride with her if they want any chance of keep going, and I think they do. Because now the last game they had a nice, complete game. They were able to pass the ball around, and it wasn't only her that was scoring. Bri Pergola was knocking in some shots.
Yeah, I love what I saw from Bri Pergola because she was hitting her free throws. She hit it from the three-point line, and she was hitting the rest of her shots. That was a great performance from her.
Yeah, I think it would be a great shame if they missed the NE10 tournament because the last 2 games have been great. They've been contributing. Everybody's been on the point. The defense has been unstoppable. They only gave 41 points against Bloomfield. That was a season low.
Oh, yeah.
So once everything starts to click like we've seen, this team's going to be good in the long run. And if they miss a tournament,
it'll be very unfortunate. But it looks like they're willing their way in, and that's as an opponent. I don't think you want to see that. You don't want to see that kind of team going into the tournament.
The defense has been so good in that Bloomfield game. They had 3 of Bloomfield's players had more than 5 turnovers in that game. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And 23 turnovers from Bloomfield. That's
no
great
answer.
defense.
Yeah, definitely forcing their way into the...
Made them uncomfortable, and they took advantage, full advantage.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it looks like we've also been seeing some performances from the bench players starting to make some impacts for the women's team as well, such as Micah Womack.
Yeah, definitely. She had 16 points and 7 rebounds in 25 minutes. So she's been contributing. She's been a lot of minutes in the game. And
Forced to reckon with underneath.
definitely in the
big
paint.
size, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's playing well. She's playing really well.
The women will also head up to Lemoyne on Tuesday for their next matchup. The Chargers track and field teams face off in the NE10 Indoor Championships this weekend, with both the men and the women getting recognized in the tournament. Devin, how did the Chargers stack up?
Well, they had a solid performance, especially with senior Riley Meebs winning the 400-meter dash, which was a pretty solid performance. And also the 4x4 team, the relay team, the women's team, they came in third, and they all earned all conference honors.
Yeah, I also, on the men's side, looking at them, they did pretty well also. Michael Candlin, third in the weight throw. Dante Gonzalez was also third. And 7th place for Matt McLaughlin in the 200, which was big because he's only a freshman. In his first year going to the 200 final, awesome experience for him.
It's good to see everybody doing well.
Oh, yeah.
It looked like a strong meet for both teams, with the men coming in 9th place and the women in 7th place. So what do you guys think that will mean for the outdoor upcoming season?
I think they're heading in the right direction. They're a force to be reckoned with, and I don't think you want to be going up against our guys.
I think their confidence is high right now. I think they're all doing pretty well. And I think that you'll see signs of that in the outdoor season.
Track and field will head to Boston University on February 25th before moving on to the NCAA tournament on March 9th. The Chargers softball team got off to a decent start last weekend in South Carolina, going 3-2 at the Snowboard Freeze-Out tournament. Chris, what do you see from the team on their first bout of the season?
Well, we see this team, they've beaten the 2 ranked teams out in this tournament, Westchester and Malloy. And the offense really showed up in these games, and it was really a delight to see. But they also lost to unranked teams, so there's a lot of work to do there, but they definitely have the promise.
They kind of remind me of my Steelers. They show up against the big time teams, win those games, and then they don't show up against the lesser teams.
Yeah.
But I think they'll figure it out. It's early in the season, and it's good that they're beating the ranked teams, because then I think once they beat them, then they can beat anybody.
Yeah, definitely. Once they get to the NE10 tournament play, they can beat anybody.
Well, we saw a great sign from Megan Butts as the reigning NE10 Rookie of the Year, she just showed up in this tournament as she pitched both those games against those ranked teams. She was excellent this whole tournament.
Lights out.
Yeah. The offense also showed up. They scored 9 runs, 6 runs, but the only bad game they had was against Kutztown. They gave up 9 runs, so it's definitely something to look at going forward.
You had to look at the positives on the hitting. As Sierra Whitlock was great as the table setter in that leadoff spot. She was awesome in center too.
There was also some positive signs that some of the freshmen on the team got off to very nice starts to their career at the University of New Haven, with a couple of 2-hit performances from Giovanna Hillman, adding on to the lineup's power that you usually see from Kristen Liptak.
That's awesome, because it's boosting the freshmen's confidence already and going right into the season, and it looks like they'll have a nice rookie year.
Yeah, they look solid. I really do expect big things from the softball team.
Hopefully. The Chargers will look to start off a successful season on March 6th when they play their home opener at 2 p.m. That's all for the Charge Up. Make sure to follow us on social media and tune into Charger Bulletin News on Fridays. For Devin Maida, Christy Geronimo, and Eric Nybro, I'm James Cassidy, and we'll see you next week on the Charge Up.